Welcome back, best ever listeners, to another episode of Passive Investor Tips. I'm your host, Travis Watts. Got a really exciting episode for you today. We're talking about how to elevate your life and how to know your time value. Disclaimers, as always, never financial advice, not ever telling you or anyone what to do with your money. Please seek licensed financial advice. With that top of mind, I just want to start by saying this is a very underestimated topic. There's not many people out there talking about time value, how to calculate it, why it's important. And even if you've gone through an exercise similar to this in the past or thought about it, it's probably changed by now. So today, I just want to walk you through a simple but profound exercise that will only take you a minute or less so that you can begin making better decisions in life and in terms of investing. And here's the 3 steps. So step number 1 is simply to calculate all of your income from active sources. Number 2 is to estimate how many hours per week you're working throughout the year. And number 3 is to calculate your hourly rate. So I'll break it down using a simple example. We'll say Bob makes $200,000 per year in gross active income. He allocates about 50 hours per week throughout the year. And so we can simply run the math by taking 200,000, dividing by 52 weeks in the year, and then we divide by 50 hours to see how much per hour Bob's time is worth. And that calculation comes out to $76.92 per hour. So this is effectively what Bob would be trading his time for. And once you know your number, you can begin to look at your life through this new lens. For example, let's say that you go to a restaurant and you walk up to the host and they say it's an hour-long wait to get in. Now you know that your time's worth $76. So is it worth it to wait an hour to sit down and eat? Or maybe you decide I'm going to cook dinner tonight, but then you realize probably going to take you a couple hours to do it. Is that worth $150 plus to cook dinner? Or some colleague wants to grab coffee and talk shop with you. Is it worth your time in that instance? So when I was younger, I was a complete do-it-yourselfer. 100%. That's what my parents were. That's how I was raised. And at the same time, I had a pretty low time value because I wasn't making much money at my job anyhow. So as my income grew over the years, things began to change and a lot of stuff just, quite frankly, quit making sense. Examples include driving an extra mile out of my way to save 5 cents a gallon on gas, or taking the time to get a newspaper and cut out the coupons so I can go to the grocery store and save a few dollars, or waiting in a long line for a low value item, or shopping hours online to find the best deal and maybe save $10 or $15. And where the concept of knowing my time value really had the biggest impact in my life was in terms of how I was investing in real estate. So we'll say, just for example purposes, when I first got started in real estate, my time value was maybe $30 an hour. So I was doing single family homes, do-it-yourself work. I was the painter. I was working on the houses. And it kind of made sense, right? Because why would I pay, let's say, a painter $300 to paint a room in my house when I could do it in 3 hours myself? That would effectively be saving hundreds of dollars, right? But years into doing all of this, as I acquired more and more properties and my income built up through other sources, this strategy stopped making sense. And that was the point that I transitioned to being a full-time passive income limited partner, mostly in real estate private placements and syndications. And while it's true that my returns in my investment portfolio actually went down in terms of percentage, my time vastly freed up, and that allowed me to elevate and expand my lifestyle. And that, my friends, is the point of this episode. What do you want to do with your time? What is your time worth? You're listening to Passive Investor Tips right here at Best Ever. I'm Travis Watts. If I can ever be a resource for you and help in any way, please reach out to me. Passive Investor Tips on Instagram and Facebook, or Travis Watts on LinkedIn, BiggerPockets, and other social media outlets. Have a best ever week, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.